Before we jump in, let's be real. This podcast contains jokes, laughter, and a whole lot of real talk. Yes, we cover serious crimes. Yes, we add a little humor, but never, and I mean never, at the expense of the victims or their families. If you're sensitive, easily offended, or the type to clutch your pearls every time someone laughs during a true crime story, this may not be the podcast for you. But if you like your true crime with a little bit of spice, a lot of honesty, and just enough petty to keep it fun, welcome to Melanin Mysteries, baby. Let's get into it. All right, cousins, welcome, welcome, and welcome. First things first, a big hug to all of our new listeners joining the Melanin Mysteries family, and the biggest shout out to our day ones who've been rocking with us since the beginning. Now, y'all already know y'all the real MVPs. Now, before we dive into today's case, baby, let me remind you. Crime Cocktails and Canvases is happening October 18th in Atlanta, Georgia. The date is quickly approaching, and listen, VIP tickets are officially closed because I told y'all not to wait. But general admission is still up for grabs. So don't be the cousin sitting at home scrolling, wishing you were there. Pull up and sit with us. And yes, this episode is special because we are not alone today. We've got guests, y'all. So we are bringing in the host of the Hot Garbage True Crime Podcast. And together, we're giving you a dual episode type situation. You got double the host, double the petty, and double the tea. Oh, and I know y'all peeped the vibe. We got brand new theme music. So shout out to our guy Joshua over at the You Can't Make This BS Up Ever podcast for creating it for us because he did that. Now, cousins, let's get into today's case. So we are headed down to Mobile, Alabama to talk about Anthony and Arletha Hopkins. So on the outside, they look like your average church-going family, but behind closed doors, secrets, scandals, and a whole lot of sin were waiting to bust wide open. And when the truth finally comes to light, let's just say it left the congregation shook. We do want to give a trigger warning. This episode will contain references of sexual assault of a minor. So if you decide to pass on this episode, trust me, we will not hold it against you. So buckle up, pour your drink. Let's get into it. I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I'm your co-host Willie, and we got to introduce who else is on the line with us.
Hi, I'm Nisha.
And I'm Buddha Badass.
Yes, from the Hot Garbage True Crime Podcast. And thank you so much for having us because I'm in love with you guys.
We
Thank you.
love
Well,
you back.
well, real quick, can I say something? So look, real quick. I'm sorry. So look, check this out. I really don't listen to podcasts. It's so crazy. I used to, and that's how I got Tiffany on. That's a whole long story. We ain't gonna go through it. So I don't listen to podcasts. So when she was like, "Hey, we about to do a collab," I was like, "Let me go ahead and check them out right quick to see what they're about." Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was where I work at, ain't giving no names. I work in data centers and everything. So sometimes the data center be kind of dark. So I had my headphones on. I'm listening, and I ain't gonna lie. Your laugh startled the shit out of me, man. Okay, it did. The laugh, nigga. 3 drops of pee came up wiener. You know what I'm saying? Because it startled the shit out of me. That damn laugh of yours.
Oh my
Bruh, you've been
God.
known to have a unique laugh. We actually got ostracized from talking to each other while at work because
Yeah, we
of her
did.
laugh and me making her laugh so much.
We had to
I can
listen at
see. I can see. So all the listeners, look, if you got hot coffee in your hand while you listen, put that shit down. All right, because I ain't trying to have nobody.
Nikki gonna hit you with it.
Yes, get no third degree burn.
Now, look, I done already had to give somebody a disclaimer the other week about driving and drinking because they tried to say they almost choked. And I was like, man, we are not taking responsibility. You will not be able to sue us. So thank you for the disclaimer.
Yeah, so I just had to throw that out there, man. She very unique laugh, very unique laugh. And y'all are going to be able to experience it. So with that being said, let's drop this theme music. Here we go.
For a long time, I thought my father was a man of faith. Everyone in our small Alabama town saw him as Pastor Anthony, respected, admired, and trusted. But behind the closed doors of our home, it was nothing like the sermons he preached. I saw the anger, I felt the fear, and I watched my mother, Arletha, carry the weight of his abuse in silence. The night everything changed, I wasn't just a daughter, I was a witness. My father made me help bury my mother's body. Imagine being a child digging into the earth with your hand shaking, knowing this wasn't how life was supposed to be. I tried to tell people, I tried to make them believe me, but who was going to listen to a little girl accusing the pastor?
Is this Tiffany's life?
No. What?
Did she just
No,
do this?
no,
Was she just talking about herself?
no. This is the start of the cave.
She's just saying and I did all this, and my father wasn't the person
No,
I thought he was.
no.
That's what she was just saying.
I think that's a letter from the person. I think this is how the case is starting.
Oh, because girl, I was like, Jesus Christ, girl, like we need to do a whole different type of show this time.
Oh, I pulled that off too good.
Girl, I was like woken up. I was like, I felt the spirit come over me. Like, girl, let me sit here and put my hands out on you. Put my hands together. Like, I was ready. Like, oh shit.
Like it all makes sense now. But so check this out. Look. So when we first meet Anthony Hopkins, he's not in the pulpit preaching a word. Nah, he's just another brother sitting in the pews. He was born in 1970. See, unfortunately, not much is known about his early life outside of him serving as a U.S. Army paratrooper. That's right. That right there gave him the aura of respectability. Like, look at me, I serve my country, I must be solid. Yeah, okay. Well, nigga, you a nigga, so that don't make a difference anyway. By the time we run into him again, Anthony is a regular parishioner at church in Georgia. He claimed he loved the Lord, and apparently he loved the dating pool in the church even more. Because in his mind, what better place to find a good woman than right there in the sanctuary? Because y'all already know church girl be freaky. You know what I'm saying? We know that because ain't they? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like a freak in the sheets that will pray while you sleep. Let the church say amen.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now forget Chris Domingo. He was working his owl seat ministry, right? And that's where he met Arletha Best. On the outside, it looked like the perfect church romance. You know, this God-fearing man, this church-going woman, building a family on faith and godly values. But behind the suit in the Bible, Anthony was already carrying a secret. And best believe that man's testimony was way darker than any Sunday smile. Pastor, I ain't gonna lie, man. Niggas in the church be tripping, man. Like they overly sin. If I'm right, they overly
it's a whole
sin.
back of sin.
Is
That's
that
what I
just
feel
me?
like. If you are on a diet that's very, very restrictive, you know what I mean? Like I have gone on some that have been very restrictive. The Atkins diet is number one I can tell people.
Yeah.
Everybody who's gone on that diet will end up having a crash fallout because of the fact that you have to restrict yourself so much from a certain amount of from a certain thing that when you taste it again, it's almost like cocaine. You willing to suck somebody dick in the alley for this goddamn cake,
bruh.
Really, I would suck your dick for some ice cream cupcakes right now. So that is what happens. What I feel because I grew up in the church. I grew up heavy in the church. And I'm talking about like I didn't even know that there was an actual Santa Claus and that you didn't pray for everybody's soul on New Year's until I was like 22 years old. I thought that's what everybody did.
Oh damn, you went to it. Oh
yeah, I went to that real that we didn't even allow music in there because we thought that the devil was gonna take you through the notes. You know what I'm saying? Between the saxophone and the drum line, the devil's gonna jump on your tail. So that's what I was real in it. So that's what. But I see when you are restricted so much and not allowing yourself to be a person, people fall off the deep end and hard.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people don't even want to go to church because it's like you're judged so hard and stuff like that. It just becomes you can't do anything.
No, for real. I had my whole church hurt story about being told, baby, you need to keep your legs closed. I had kids. Ma'am, I don't even know you.
But I ain't gonna lie, she was right though, Tiffany, because you did have two more right after that.
No, I had one more right after that.
What that does mean is she got cream. If somebody ain't pulling out, that means that's a good pussy. Oh, shit, don't you sit here and blame her for that. You got that cream, girl. That butter, baby.
Hey, look, the lady was trying to tell her. You know what I'm saying? Look, she saw, so she forgo. She saw this. She saw this.
That ain't from around here.
She saw this.
That pussy right there will put somebody in some baby mode.
Keep the leg closed.
That's some R. Kelly pussy. You heard what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. All right, go ahead.
Y'all two are a mess. My goodness. Okay, so we're gonna slide over and talk about Arletha. She was born Arletha Best on September 26, 1971. Poor thing, just missed Virgo season, down in Wally, Georgia. So she came up in a tight knit Christian family, church on Sunday, choir practice during the week, and her church allowed music. They had the music running through their veins.
Okay.
So Arletha loved the Lord, and she loved to sing almost just as much. Now, by her mid-20s, life had already handed her some battles. She was divorced, raising 2 girls on her own, and money was kind of tight. But listen, if there's one thing about a black mama, she gonna find a way. Bills due, baby's hungry, shoes too small. She's gonna make it stretch, flip it, and somehow keep it moving like nothing ever happened. And it's around this time that she meets Anthony. Like I said, he ain't Pastor Anthony yet, not the folks they knew later as the pulpit. Just another brother sitting in the pews talking about how much he loved God and music. And Arletha was like, dang, Jesus, I think I found my Boaz to my Ruth. And you know how church folks will hype that up like, baby, God done sent you your husband, child, please. So anyway, on the surface, Anthony, he looked like the full package. He loved the Lord. He had that military background. And most importantly, he seemed to love her daughters like they were his own. So from the outside looking in, this looked like a good man, Savannah.
He's just in a bad situation right now.
Man.
He's a good man.
I'm trying to find me one of them good men, Savannah. Not
good
not
man.
really, but But anyway, you know how that goes by now. Every smile ain't holy and every praise the Lord ain't coming from a clean heart.
Mm.
So Arletha and Anthony jumped the broom April 1994 down in Stillmore, Georgia. And baby, they wasted no time building that family. Before long, they had 5 more children together.
Look. She the one with the cream. Good Lord. That dude, man.
He had 5 more.
And she went ahead and was popping them bad boys out.
He was bad. That dude was shooting the club every opportunity he got.
How many does that make for her now?
Yeah,
that makes 7 for her.
I mean, something got to get done.
Yeah, at the minute, in a minute, them babies is gonna be sliding out. She ain't even got a puss. They gonna start walking in the name of love.
You gotta cut something out. You gotta go get neutered or spayed over there. I'm just gonna call your local veterinarian.
Yeah, exactly. Because after that, yeah, that's too many, man. That you already know that cooch ain't never gonna be the same. I mean, I know it popped back, but after 7 kids, man, it ain't sucking back right. It just ain't.
Oh my gosh, that grocery bill.
That's what cats don't do.
Right.
Especially if it was in this day and age, baby, y'all wouldn't be able to function
every night. Top ramen every night.
Imagine the coochie lips hanging out the side of the panties. That's what I'm talking about.
We're talking about something. We could show the hell do a size experiment. Anybody out there that got them 7 kids, let me slide on in and see if it fit right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because that's 7 kids. That's a lot of little niggas coming out of you. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
Now, somewhere in the middle of all this, Anthony got in his head that the Black Jesus himself called him to preach. He didn't go the seminary route. He didn't even start preaching at an actual church. He decided he was going to take it to the streets, literally. So out on the corners, in the neighborhoods, wherever he thought people needed to hear the word. And listen, Arletha out here doing what wives and mothers do. She's holding down. She's working, raising kids, and supporting a household of 7 kids while Anthony is chasing his street preacher calling. One income, bills stacking up, babies growing, financially things are tight.
Right, I'm sorry to say, but that is, for women that go with the faith of a man that's saying, this is what God told me to do, and it ain't paying bills, then that is the love and faith of a woman for real, a real woman. Let me tell you something. I don't care if God told you or not. God better tell your ass to go get a job to pay me something, and then preach that shit afterwards. That's me personally. Like, I love the Lord, but the Lord ain't paying these bills today.
Like,
now
it could be that. You can
still take that guapa. And we in Cali. We on that not play around rent.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part, though, right? With some of these pastors, they'll be like, all right, I'm done to cat him out. But it clearly say in the Bible, if a man don't work, he don't eat. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's like real talk. And this nigga, he on the block preaching, so he ain't getting nothing from that. Then they got a microphone and a little what you call it, a Bluetooth speaker. You know what I'm saying?
It was the 90s, so he ain't had none of that.
Oh damn! This nigga had a megaphone. That's all he had out there pastoring. So look. So while Anthony out here claiming he's doing the Lord's work on these street corners, guess who shows up? A bigger name and what? And
Oh.
No, not the Lord. He ain't come back yet. He was supposed to come back a couple weeks ago, but I don't know
They
what
had a
happened.
traffic.
Yeah, no,
Oh
the
wait, the
Lord didn't
rapture
come
got
back.
rescheduled. They said it got rescheduled. I think
It was
it's
the
like next
immigrant
week or
laws of
something.
Trump.
Yeah, it's a
Out. You got to get his
yeah,
paperwork right so he can come back.
exactly. Because you know, hey, look, he from Bethlehem. Hey, look, he from Bethlehem. He saw ice
Right.
like,
So
nah, I ain't
once
gonna
you
even
get his
deal with it
paperwork
right now.
together, we'll
You know
have the
what's
Lord
so
come back.
crazy? If Jesus really came back, according to MAGA, he would be arrested and deported.
Yeah, he would.
I didn't even think about
He'd be an
that.
illegal
You know what
immigrant.
you
We
totally
wouldn't
is
have his
right
papers.
about
He'd
that.
disappear here trying to help everybody, and Trump will have his ass tackled in the streets
Oh,
and tased in his ass.
Yes.
oh my
That's
God.
crazy. So a bit named pastor from the preacher gang. So this man hears about Anthony and says, look, man, I want you to come on over. I want you to preach at my church. He said, I even put you and your family up with housing, right? So this man about to look out for him. And let's be real. That offer is clutch. I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? You get a house and you get the opportunity to preach, so you ain't gotta be on the block looking stupid like them black Israelites. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Because up to this point, Arletha had been breaking her back trying to hold down that whole household by her damn self. So you know when she heard the news, she like, nigga, you better take that job. So look, with that house and the financial weight finally, gets lifted off for Arletha just a little bit. So the Hopkins crew started looking like a churchy version of the Jackson Five. The kids form a gospel group. The Hopkins Assemble. No lie. Right? They singing, playing instruments, traveling, spreading word to music. And guess what? On a side note, y'all, I heard a couple of their songs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to hear they got it was two songs that they got. One was called look, this is the songs that I saw, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, they probably got a good message,
Oh
so you can't.
Lord.
I'm just saying the title may seem a little sketchy, but the message was good. The first one was called Used to Be a Hoe, but Now I'm Holy. Lord Jesus. Okay, look. And look, then, and they top charting single was called Jesus Take the Wheel Before I Run This YN
Oh,
over.
I
Right?
don't
That
know
was the
about
one.
that one, Lord.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Called Jesus Take the Wheel Before I
Yeah.
Run This little nigga over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you put your trust in
Yeah.
the Lord. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, from the outside, this look like a blessed family. A preacher daddy and a supportive mama and 8 little singers harmonizing for the Lord, right? Notice I said
They
8,
had another
right?
one.
Yeah. But you already know. Perfect pictures don't tell the full story. See, by 2004, Arletha is pregnant again,
You can't
right?
pull out.
Yeah.
Again. Again. And this is where it starts to unravel. The images of holiness that Anthony built was about to crack wide open because behind those gospel songs and Sunday smiles, hell was already living in that house.
Wow.
Well,
Mm.
that's a part of a controversy too.
Destiny
Like,
they gonna
do
be.
you take on this strain of your household because of the fact that you believing that it is unholy to be on some sort of birth control or to tamper with your body in that way?
Who said it's unholy?
Now,
Who
I
said it's
think I
unholy?
think that's Catholics. I think
Oh
Catholics
yeah. I
believe
don't
that. I
think
Well,
we
don't
should
I have like a lot of
believe.
Christians. That's why they don't have abortions, or they just continue to have kids and don't do any form of birth
Yeah.
control or
Well, I
any type
know
of
about the
surgery.
abortions, but I don't know about the birth control. I didn't know the Christians didn't believe in birth
Yeah,
control.
I've met several. Well, I was in the stout. I was in the good stuff.
Baby, I believe in birth control wholeheartedly. You ain't. I said I'm
Right.
Right,
done, and
because
that
Right.
I'm
mean
just
I'm
trying to come
done.
to the
I
reason why
I
they just
believe
keep on
in.
doing this, and I
Right.
feel like he may be one of those people that's saying, if God say we supposed to have 19,
That's it.
like,
God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." I'd be like, Also, Jesus didn't tell me to be stupid.
I mean, I think it's a mental thing, right? I think I think niggas is slow because, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna keep
That
on
part
bringing kids to this world
I mean,
that I
and I
can't
can't take care
afford.
of
it's
them.
not like he's one of
You know what
those
I'm saying? Like,
pastors that's like the mega church and scamming everybody and driving Mercedes Benzes. He's like literally just trying to do that and be poor too.
he was
So
just giving a house.
right,
man, this nigga is he's on the corner. He was
You
on the
can't do that.
corner
right,
with a megaphone preaching. Yeah,
He could have had a job and he could have
right.
did both. I'm just saying.
but I mean, yeah, regardless, yeah, that's I mean, and then she ain't no better. Nigga, I mean, anything you better sneak to the doctor. Yeah, you just popping out these kids' heads. She got more kids than the German Shepherd.
Get them tubes snipped, girl.
Yeah,
Snipping.
yeah,
They would have been snipped
yeah,
4 kids
Girl, I
ago.
was at the
Like,
number 2 or 3. I'd be like, girl, you know what we need to do down there? I'm
yeah.
gonna start punching you in your vagina.
Oh no. Ah!
Mm. I mean, after the eighth one, shit, I'll be like, you know what, I'm
We
good.
wouldn't have made it to 8. We would not even have made it nowhere near 8. After 4, I'd have been like, all right, it's time to we should probably just go ahead and sit this down.
The only good thing about that is like, you have, I don't know, what is the good thing about
There's
having
nothing
a
good
lot
about
of kids?
that. There's
nothing,
nothing
right?
good.
I'm just trying to look at the
it just
positive
betters
side.
the odds of one of them getting rich, maybe.
Oh yeah, that part.
But that don't mean that because you have so many, you ain't loving them all the way that you need to. So that one that got rich may not even like your ass.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You ever seen somebody that had 15 kids and not all the kids even know who the fuck their parent is? It's weird as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is like, and that'd be messed up. You had 8 kids, and all of them got fucking problems. They all turn out to be no bullshit ass little niggas. you got little 8 little niggas. You got 8 kid boys. Like, God damn, Lord.
Mm.
All right, go ahead, Tiffany. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's now December 2004. Arletha has just given birth to baby number 8. And then out of nowhere, one Sunday, Anthony gets up in front of the church. He's very serious and all dramatic. And with his heavy voice, he tells a congregation that unfortunately Arletha has passed away during childbirth. He ain't cried. He didn't break down. He just was just like, it's like just a matter of fact type situation. And then he adds, oh, and by the way, we buried her back home in Georgia with her people. So just like that, no funeral for the congregation, no obituary, nothing. And now y'all know, anybody who's been in the black church that knows that is not how this works. When somebody passes, there's going to be a whole production. There's going to be a service with the choir singing His Eye is on the Sparrow. There's going to be a printed program with that one blurry picture from 1987. And at least one of the church brothers going to fall out right in the middle of the aisle. And then after that, you got to have a repast. You got to have a fried chicken and mac and cheese, the pound cake, and somebody's uncle trying to get the Cupid Shuffle started before the night's over. Now, that's tradition. That's how we send our people home.
Repast food that Willie likes so much. That's got to be some.
And you gotta got the fast auntie that's light skinned and that big ass.
Man, yes, you gotta get you gotta get the fat auntie with the fat auntie with the big ass titties, and she got the little elbow that tuck in when she bend her arm straight. You know what I'm saying? But when she bend her arm, it come out and it's ashy. Y'all got to get the visuals right there. But that's the one that can cook. That's the auntie. That's the one. Auntie that's cooking out of anger and pain because she lost somebody. That's the best food right there, man.
Yeah, well, they didn't get none of that. Anthony skipped all that. She didn't get none of that. He just gave them a story. He closed the book and he dared anybody to question it.
Damn, he didn't even give her a repass. That's some bullshit, man. What's the name of this church? I ain't going here. Anyway, so look. Now you mean to tell me this nigga then stood in front of the church, announced his wife passed during childbirth, said she was already buried in Georgia, prayed over the offering before passing the plate, and everybody just moved on. Nobody asked no questions. Nobody demanded to see a program, some flowers, a headstone, anything. Yes. But look, here's the even crazier part. Life in that household just kept rolling like nothing happened. Arletha was gone, but the Hopkins family machine did not stop. They packed up, kept traveling, kept singing, kept looking like the perfect little gospel crew. Know what I'm saying? Just out there living. Know what I'm saying? Then Kirk Franklin signed them. I'm joking. That old freaky ass nigga. Anyway,
just keep moving. Just keep moving.
It wouldn't let nobody leave until they paid. Do you remember that? Was that him? Oh, that was crazy.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
We would have had to fight. We would have had to fight. I'm sorry.
I couldn't even believe that. I was like, what?
I was like, I'd have been like, excuse me, hello, 911, I am being kidnapped. Yes.
Look, if you would have started laughing, they would open them damn doors real quick.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, get her ass out of here. Get her out of here. Somebody pray over her. Pray over her. So look, the older daughter, Chantel, basically stepped right into her mom's shoes. She wasn't just helping with the younger kids. She became the stand-in mother, cooking, cleaning, raising her siblings, making sure that the house functioned in, more way than one. She carried weight no child should ever have to carry. So look, Anthony played the role of the grieving husband turned devoted preacher, but behind the curtain, he was letting his own daughter shoulder the responsibilities that were never supposed to be hers.
So for a long time, folks just roll with Anthony's story. They said, he was like Arletha passing childbirth, and people let that just be the end of it. They didn't ask no questions. They didn't do no digging. But behind closed doors, a whole different truth was festering. See, Chantel wasn't just the oldest daughter stepping in to help. She became the mother of that house overnight. She's cooking, she's cleaning, she rocking babies. But that wasn't the worst of it. The baby was holding a secret that would eat her alive because Chantel knew. She knew her mama didn't die bringing a baby into this world. Anthony made her live with the lie, and worse, he made her part of it. He forced his own daughter to help cover it up. So imagine you're a teenager, you're not even grown, and your daddy is telling you to bury the evidence of what he did. That's a trauma that no child should ever carry.
No.
And while the church kept clapping and the gospel group kept singing, Chantel is she's quiet. And she's carrying the weight of her mother's murder while the world treated Anthony like a man of God. And the truth didn't come out in some courtroom. It didn't come out from Anthony having a sudden guilty conscience. It started the day Chantel just could not take it anymore. So a neighbor spots this little black girl walking down the street. She's barefoot. She has on no coat. And she's just walking like she's carrying the whole world on her back. Now we know that's not normal. That's just not a kid out for some fresh air. That's like a silent scream that somebody please see me. Somebody please hear me. And thank God that neighbor stopped, because what came pouring out of Chantel wasn't some childish tantrum. It was years of pain. She told the unthinkable that her mom didn't die giving birth like Anthony said, that he killed her. And worse, he made her, a child, cover it up. So imagine that, y'all. This man is up in church preaching about salvation while his own daughter is out here walking barefoot trying to figure out how to save her damn self.
So look, before we go any further, we got to pause here, right? We got to pause. We got to give a trigger warning, y'all, because we're about to go into some sexual abuse, molestation. So listen at your own discretion, right? So let's fast forward. This is 3 years after Arletha was declared dead. It's 2008, and Chantel is about 19 years old now. One day, she has an argument with Anthony, and the reason, a little boy called her phone. Anthony finds out, gets on the phone, and runs that poor child off like he was the devil himself. Jealous ass nigga. So look, afterwards, Chantel storms out the house barefoot, and a neighbor sees her, and that's how we got to where we were. Now, this neighbor, a nice little white lady, being kind and comforts her, and tells her that, tells Chantel that if she ever needs to talk, you just let me know. She's just being a good woman, a good friend. And that's when Chantel drops the bomb. She tells the neighbor she's pregnant, and not just pregnant, but pregnant by her stepfather, the crooked ass pastor, Anthony. So the neighbor is floored. Yes, immediately wants to go to the police. But Chantel, she's terrified. She's been groomed to believe that if she ever spoke anything against her mama or her daddy, God himself will punish her. That speaking out was a sin. That kind of twisted fear Anthony had planted in that house. So look, the neighbor finally convinces her to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? To take this to the pastor who had brought Anthony into the church to preach. The one pastor that saw him out there on the block. So Chantel sits down with him, and instead of just telling him she's pregnant, she lays it all out. She tells him that Anthony has been molesting her for years, since she was 11 years old. 11. Yes. Right? Now remember, she's 19 and abuse hasn't stopped. We know this because she's pregnant. So, and then, as if that wasn't enough, she said she believed Anthony had started sexually abusing her sisters too. See, niggas like that deserve a special place in hell. Like, real talk. Like, niggas like that, know what I'm saying, are the ones that need to go to jail in general public. Know what I'm saying? With a sign on their back that say "Enter here," pointing right down to their Bucci cat. I'm being honest with you, because that's just, that's disgusting. But look, let me get finished with this. Look, but instead of standing with Chantel, right, instead of protecting her, that pastor looks her in her face and calls her a liar. Said, yes, said he didn't believe her because, in his words, he known Anthony for 15 years. Imagine that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yes. Yes, I know my brother my whole life, and I still don't trust that nigga.
That was rough.
You can
know what I'm saying?
Your whole life and never
right, yeah, right.
like so. Yeah.
No, real talk though. Yeah, you know somebody your whole life is like, nigga, I would have never imagined they did some shit like that. So look, 15 years of friendship outweighed the truth of a broken child sitting right in front of him. So look, real quick, let me do this, right? Y'all come in, y'all want. See, this, and I gotta say this. This is what's wrong with church, right? See, y'all look at these pastors as if they're God, them himself, and like they can't sin. And this dude is so good of a man, know what I'm saying, that he would never do anything like that. Never do that. But let's just real quick take a trip down memory lane. I'm gonna name 3 pastors that was on some bullshit, right? And y'all probably know the first one,
Yeah.
Eddie Long. Y'all remember him? Yes, he freaky ass nigga. He was 69 guy. That's the dude that was posing, taking pictures, showing his muscles, messing around with little 14-year-old boys.
All over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. We got another one. David Taylor. Y'all know who David Taylor is? That's the nigga down in Texas that just got caught for stealing millions of dollars and was doing freaky stuff with the people in the congregation, making them take birth control.
No, it wasn't him.
No, not we forgot about that lane, but no, this is this is the one. The light skinned nigga got a haircut looking like what's his name, like Don King. You gotta look, yeah. Yeah, this nigga stole millions, huh? And this is the crazy part. The congregation, and let me name one more. Robert Morris. Y'all know who Robert Morris is? That nigga is the white pastor, a MAGA pastor, the one that it said that Trump was sent back God. This nigga about to go to jail for molesting a 14-year-old.
Also the one, because there was a pastor that there was like this huge storm, and he said nobody could come in his church to even get a refuge.
No, that's
that was Joel
Olsen. But I say that to say, each one of these people that did this, their congregation stood behind them with all the evidence. Stood behind them. Nigga, please.
Once the evidence comes out, it's kind of like, because I understand knowing someone and then be like, I don't know if they would do that. But once the evidence comes out, it's like you got to take the blinders off and understand that they did this. You know what I mean?
But yeah, man. So I just want, I had to throw it out there. So with the moral of the story is, man, know what I'm saying? Look, I don't care how good he preach, how good he teach. I don't care how good he know the word. He could know it from Genesis to Revelation. At the end of the day, know what I'm saying? That he is a man, and you need to stop looking at him as if he's God and he cannot sin. If your pastor get caught, if somebody come to you and say the pastor did this, you need to treat it like it's the truth. No, I hate to say it, you need to treat it like it's the truth. No, I'm saying, until it proved otherwise. Because too many times, hell yeah, you're guilty to proving innocent. I ain't saying you gotta, but you gotta do your due diligence though. Know what I'm saying? Like real talk, like real, yes, because that shit that's crazy. But all right, go ahead, Tiffany. My bad.
You fine. So here we are. We're in now July 2008. Chantel finally makes her way to the Mobile Police Department. She's crying, she's broken, and she's spilling out the truth that she's been holding in since she was a baby. So she tells them it started, like we said, when she was 11 or 12, a little girl. And the first time it happens is inside Anthony's truck. And again, this is like really a trigger warning because like this is really hard to hear. While this man is raping this baby, he has the nerve and the fucking audacity to quote the Bible. He starts telling her the story of Lot, saying he was drunk and laid with his daughters. And then Anthony has the unholy mouth to tell Chantel it's okay because it's in the Bible. Fuck you, sir. The only scripture you qualify for is the one about wolves in sheep's clothing, and even the wolves are ashamed of you. So Chantel, she did exactly what kids are supposed to do. She told her mother. And this is the part that really pisses me off. And I'm not trying to victim shame, but this pisses me the fuck off. Arletha, instead of wrapping her arms around her baby and protecting her, she called her a liar.
Yeah. See, right there. That's what I'm sorry. I get she the victim, but that's another thing. These mamas. Stop your child. You know how many mamas do that shit? Believe the nigga over their child?
The one that I birthed, I don't give a fuck about no man. My baby come to me and tell me first of all, I'm going to jail because I'm going to try and kill you. Period. Point blank. I'm going to try and kill you. I'm going to jail. That's just what it is.
Let my son come to me and tell me, Dad, my female teacher was having sex with me. First thing I asked was how she looked. Then I'll be like,
Willie, please.
Sorry.
It's on the age of the kid, but I gotta have to give your son a high five. Like,
I mean,
Gotta like your
he
daddy.
15 years old. All right, go ahead, Tiffany. My bad.
So, straight up, imagine your child coming to you scared and saying, "Daddy is touching me," and your response is to dismiss her.
Mm.
And the only reason Arletha finally believed Chantel because one day she walks in and saw it with her own two eyes in the freaking church bathroom.
Mm.
A place where Anthony was supposed to be preaching about salvation, but instead he is violating his own stepdaughter.
And he was still alive after that?
Like I said, the whole congregation would have knew because I'd have been in there hooping and hollering. I'm trying to tell you, it would have been a scene. So Anthony Hopkins, this so-called man of God, army vet, preacher of the word, he wasn't nothing more than a predator in a suit. And Arletha, by not believing her child from the start and left her baby to suffer out there until it was too late. And for that, I got smoke for both of them because the devil himself couldn't have planned this level of evil any better.
Because that's horrible. Like, God.
Damn. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So okay. Look, I give you a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Maybe your daughter says something, like maybe you have a daughter who maybe deceptive and she said something you may not believe her. For the sake of the argument, I'll give you that. But now you actually seen it with your own eyes, and you did, and this nigga ain't dead.
First of all, if my baby come and tell me somebody touching her, I'm taking what she said at face value. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, that nigga got to go until I found out otherwise.
Let me tell you,
when it comes to my kids,
this nigga would have seen that the same ghost that took Uncle Charles in the Crossroad video, messing with me.
Yeah,
the angel, yes. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you would definitely be going to the Crossroads, and then you're gonna make a left, right in hell,
something like that, and then just. Because, I mean, how did that even go? Like, she saw that and she was just calm. Like, what was the end of that? Like, I don't even get what she did.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit white people would do.
Walk out of that bathroom and everything was fine after that. I don't get it.
Yes.
The whole congregation would have been in that bathroom. The whole congregation would have been in that bathroom.
So check this out. So now look. After years of calling her daughter a liar, Arletha finally walks in on it with her own eyes, and suddenly she believes it. Right. You ain't got no other choice. So she and Anthony get into a huge fight, right? And the nigga something ain't dead, so that's weird to me. And what does he do? He gives her the standard predator apology package. I'll never do it again. I promise. I'm changed. Please. Nigga. All right, let me, you know what? Then even they even go to counseling, right? And for a while, and let's stop right there. So
the only counsel I'm gonna be having is a counsel with my defense attorney.
Lawyer. But check this out though. I was always, if you went to, what counselor did you go to? Because I was always under the impression that a therapist or a counselor can never say anything unless it involves you harming a child.
Yes, they're mandatory. What is it? Mandatory reporters. Yes, they would have to.
So who counselor did you go to?
So I heard that they can only report. Oh, you're right, because they can report it if you say you're going to hurt yourself, hurt somebody else, or you hurt a child.
Or you hurt a child.
Yeah, shouldn't that have been reported?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they're mandatory reporters, so maybe I'm not understanding why.
He was doing her. Like, you can't stop doing my young daughter.
What? So, would you think? So, Buddha just brought up a good thing.
Yeah,
because she's at this point was 18 or 19 when she went to counseling. So technically, she.
No. At this time,
she's still a child.
Yeah, she's still a child. Remember,
unless you know what? Unless you know what they probably did. They probably went to that same pastor. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably thinking they probably went to a church.
No, but well, hold on. You can't say that because then again, unless he's just a bum ass pastor, because he at like when she told him after all this happened, he was like, "You're a liar."
I'm not saying that I'm not saying it was specifically that one, but I'm saying maybe that's what they did, and they went to maybe they didn't even say what they were in counseling for. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think maybe they just the same stand. Like if you go to a pastor and you go to counseling as a pastor or whatever, are they held to the same standards as like a counselor or a therapist?
By law, no. By law, no, because a lot of pastors who do counseling and therapy, they're not certified to do it. They do it, so they didn't like go to school for it. So they'll be like, here, we're gonna do marriage counseling, but they're not certified. But if you are certified by law, by law you have to.
But I'm thinking, you know what? I'm thinking that they probably didn't say anything about the abuse, and they were just like, "We're having issues in our marriage." That would make a little bit more sense.
So what's the issue? Well, besides me like tickling little girl
He might have
fancies.
been like, "We have
Right.
infidelity issues or something." You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't think they
Yeah.
probably talked about what he did to his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, like I said, they go to counseling, whatever. But let's be real. People like Anthony don't just wake up one morning cured. You know that counseling didn't fix him. Promises didn't fix him. He was just laying low, biding his time. That's it. And sure enough, guess what? It started again. Right behind Arletha's back. Anthony went right back to abusing Chantel. Same man, same sickness, just hiding it better. So after catching Anthony slipping for the second time, you would think this nigga would be on the stairway to heaven just to get kicked out to go straight to hell. No. Arletha just puts her foot down and she tells him straight up, you can't stay here, not in my house, not in God's house. You got to go. And for once, she meant it. She locks
Baby,
him
the
out.
police would have had to been there to escort that nigga the fuck out.
Man, let me tell you, me and all 8 of them little niggas would have jumped him.
Yeah, he's outnumbered.
So she locks him out. Seriously,
That
locks him
part.
out. Huh?
I said that part. They
Yeah.
outnumbered. He outnumbered.
Yeah. So she locks him out, shut the doors. Like, this man is not coming back inside. But here's where it takes a turn. Chantel didn't know her mama put Anthony out. So late that night, while everyone's asleep, Anthony is outside knocking on Chantel's bedroom window, begging, whispering, pleading for her to let him back in. She's confused because she's a child. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't know that he's been kicked out. So she lets him in through the window. Now, this family is crammed up in what they call a shotgun row house. It's a tiny little house packed with 10 people. So you already know there was no privacy, no secrets in those walls. So Arletha just so happens to be walking by when Anthony slips back in and she hears it. Next thing you know, she and Anthony are face to face again, arguing, tussling right there outside of Chantel's room. Chantel remembers hearing it clear, the yelling, the bumping, things hitting the wall, voices raised, and then nothing. Silence. Dead quiet.
So after all that noise turns to silence, Anthony slides back in Chantel's room like nothing just happened. And he says, "Look, I need you to come help me bury your mama." Nigga, excuse the fuck out of me. So imagine you like 15, 16, 17, and you're hearing this from your father. Like, I know her heart had to drop, like, bury my mama? Like, what the fuck did you do to my mama? She didn't get an answer. Instead, he drags her outside. They drive about an hour outside of Mobile, and they're in the dark. This poor baby is helping her daddy bury her mama. And y'all ain't gonna believe where this nigga buried
God, like out in the
her.
woods or something?
Not a church.
Oh, hell no.
In a grave behind the Apostolic Pentecostal Holy Church of God.
All right, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Oh, girl. Your guess was we led you up to like, you ain't gonna believe it. She gonna say, where? The woods? Yeah.
Oh
Oh my goodness. Like, come on, you could have said something a little bit more exotic than that. You didn't even think about it. You're like, the woods? No.
That's where people end up.
no! That's where I would bury somebody. I'm just saying.
That's
my
your number one
God.
spot, ain't
The
it? That's your number one. The woods.
The
any
woods
woods.
go forever.
If you see 3 or more trees, bury somebody.
Oh my God, I cannot.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
this is so
Okay.
not funny. Oh my God, y'all are horrible.
Okay, go ahead, my bad.
So this is the church that Anthony would actually preach at. So, you know, of course, by the time Chantel is telling her story to the police, they're like, where is your mama now? So this is where it goes from like horrific to just freaking downright ridiculous. So Chantel goes on to say, well, a few days later, Anthony comes back talking about, the Lord came and spoke to me. Baby, not my black Jesus. He ain't not my black Jesus. He ain't tell you to do a damn thing, okay? Let me just clarify that now. My black, he ain't tell y'all that. But Anthony swears the Lord told him to go dig Arletha back up and bring her body home so she could be close to them.
My God, not my God. Not the God that I serve.
In the house now?
Like I said,
I don't want no parts of that God. That's
right.
yeah.
I
don't
know
want no
the
parts of
Bible
that
well
God.
enough to say this. Black Jesus did not tell you this was okay. He did not.
That wasn't Jesus. That was Jesus.
No, that wasn't even Jesus. That was just the devil. That's what that was. That was just the devil himself telling you to go.
Man, I don't know, man. Buddha, who was that?
You know,
What God
I think
was
it was
that?
actually God. Because God was like, you know what? I want your ass to get caught. Lord of the praise, Jesus, and on the saints on the left side statue. But having it dead in your house,
you gonna get caught.
So the Lord was like, this is gonna help you. I promise. Take it back to your house and put it under your bed. He probably called his ass collect on the phone. Just called him on the phone like, hello, this is the Lord. Your ass need to do this tonight. Get that body, put it under your bed, and say you killed it. Put your fingerprints on her eyeball. Do you hear me? All right. Now call me back when your ass has done that. I'm gonna let you go. We need your ass caught and for no denying nothing. We don't want your church supporting none of this shit. Here's the body. He was still fucking it too.
Was he doing a Ted Bundy?
Cut! Hey, look, cut!
Was he fucking the body?
Oh my God.
I've come too much for him.
Hey, look.
You're off the rails. This is hilarious. I mean, it's not supposed to be funny, but this is hilarious. Okay, so when Anthony brings Arletha back to the house, this man had already went out and bought himself a deep freezer. So again, let me stop for just a second. Because I don't know where in this little bitty house he thought he was going to stash a whole deep freezer, but somehow he found a little corner or whatever. And that is where he put her. So, no, apparently he had no garage. They just had this little room.
This was a given house. This wasn't a bought house. You need to remember that. This house was given.
Okay, shit.
Hold on. So look, hold on. Wait. It's already a crazy like situation, right? And it's already like a situation we should laugh at. But her laugh makes it even crazier.
It do. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. So they put her body in the freezer right next to the steaks and the beef brisket. Go ahead.
But wait, okay. Oh my God. Shut up. Oh my God. This is supposed to be so serious.
That's where it was. They're like, hey, imagine him talking to some, hey, go in the freezer. Hey, move her thigh out the way again. Go get the poach chops. Nigga, the poach chops left her thigh.
What would you guys want? Even though it's packaged up, would you guys still want to eat that food?
Hell to the no. With death sitting beside it? Nigga. What is wrong with you? You eat death food?
No, I'm just saying. Well, okay, so what if you just went grocery shopping? What are you going to do? Throw all your food out?
Hell yes.
So what are you eating?
I'm not eating dead body food. That's what the hell I'm not eating. Pop ramen for the
night. I would not eat at your house. I'm not eating at her house. Nah, hell no. Don't invite
for real,
me.
This is why you can't eat at everybody's house. Do you know how I feel about this? Why you can't eat at everybody's house?
Why you can't. This is why you can't.
Oh God.
And don't eat no female spaghetti when you first
got a whole dead body in the deep freezer laying next to the hamburger patties. And you talk about, do you want... Good Lord. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my God. They is going to hate us for this one. Oh my gosh. So, for real. Okay, so Arletha was not a small woman. She was beautiful. She was full figure. She was a black woman. You know what we call a BBW, right?
How did that?
So there was that freezer.
Right?
No, hell no. Not Big Bertha.
No. She only part like just a few days deep in so it's not that bad yet. So, like we said, there wasn't no way her body's about to fit into this freezer. But he wasn't going to stop because he said this body is going in this freezer. Chantel said this man literally jumped on her body, like stomped her down to force her body into that freezer.
Then he starts jumping up and down on Mama's forehead and chest, stuffing her in the goddamn freezer.
I have never been speechless before. I have never been speechless.
This is something else.
Before.
Like, this is saying on the level of saying that I don't even believe it like that. I'm telling you, I'll be like, stop calling people evil, stop calling people the devil, but I don't know right now.
Oh my God.
So, I'm trying to tell y'all that my black Jesus did not tell you to do that, sir. Not at all.
Jesus did not die on a cross for you to be folding somebody up, Know what I'm saying? Like, know what I'm saying? Some cheap presents and stuffing them in the deep freezer. He did not down the cross for that.
He did not. Because that was not my black Jesus. That was the devil who straight out the pits of hell. That's
That
what
was
that
either
was.
the devil or that was Jesus. That was the one of them. All right.
I'm gonna go with the devil.
So look, let me get this straight, right? This dude done hauled a deep freezer into a shotgun house. Remember, he in a shotgun house. His house is very small, y'all, very small. With 10 people already crammed in, right? So you got a whole lead deep freezer that the only meat in there is your mama. Know what I'm saying? Can't put nothing else in there.
What do you tell people about not going into that freezer?
Oh yeah, like what if they
don't go in there? Don't do that. Do not go in there. All right, go ahead, go in the other freezer to get the meat. You don't want that meat.
I'd never let nobody fix nothing. I mean, he can't never let nobody fix nothing in his house and go in there and grab some of my leftover meatloaf, and you got to make sure you go into the right refrigerator. You open the deep freezer, you got to kill the ass stuff in it.
But this is the crazy part, though. Look. Let's take it a step further, though. Right, on a serious note, these kids, I can pretty much guarantee you, majority of the kids knew their mama was in there. These little niggas grew up to be they're right now. They're dating somebody, right? Like these niggas got issues. They are dating somebody with the trauma of their mama. You like how I rhymed? Being stuffed in the freezer.
Yeah, because I don't know any kid that don't go exploring every once in a while. There's a new
like real talk, like
house.
no, but just think about that.
I mean, how did he get? Because kids talk, and just by accident, how did he get all 8 of them to just be quiet and not say shit? Like, even
that's what I'm saying. So these kids got trauma, and that's what. And no, and like you got to think, that's what's out here in the dating pool right now. Niggas who mamas was stuffed in freezers.
Think about that.
Oh man, making it not.
Yes. You see what I'm saying? Like that.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah. So look, but this is the wildest part, right? Life in the house just kept going. Kids still singing the Hopkins. I told you they doing everything right. They doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? That is not the Holy Spirit. That is straight up horror movie behavior. So check this out. Chantel pours her heart out at the Mobile police station. Tells them straight up, my mama's body is in the freezer. She's been in there for 4 years. And what do the police do? They look at her like she's making this up. Like, excuse me, that ain't exactly the kind of thing a person is going to casually lie about, right?
Well, why do everybody think this poor girl is lying?
I ain't trying to be funny. It got me curious to see how she looked, because I ain't trying to be funny. Like, she must have a very deceptive face, because everybody thinks she lying. I mean, damn. Like that's 3 people so far. The only person who believed her was the white woman. Bless her sweet potatoes. Bless her sweet potato bland soul. Right. So look, this the kicker. The detectives she first talked to isn't even homicide. So he's like, yeah, let me call over the real department. He gets on the phone with Detective Quincy and says, man, this girl is here saying she's being molested, she's pregnant, and her mama's been chilling in the deep freezer for 4 years. I don't believe her, but I figured I'll call you. Like it's some kind of prank call, right? Now, Quincy, he ain't no fool. He starts doing some digging, talking to pastors, church folks, trying to piece things together. And wouldn't you know, everyone's story lines up with what Anthony had been saying. Oh yeah, Arletha passed away during childbirth. So on the surface, it's matching up. But then Quincy hear one random story that don't fit. Some family friend says, well, actually, Anthony told me Arletha moved to California to be a seamstress. A seamstress? Ma'am? Sir?
That's random as hell.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Like, he couldn't even keep his lies straight. Look, Quincy calls Arletha's parents back in Georgia, and they tell him around the time that baby number 8 was born, they couldn't get a hold of their daughter anymore. Every time they call, Anthony will pick up and say, oh, she can't come to the phone right now. But here's the thing. He never once told her parents that their daughter had died. Not one time. Eventually, the family stopped calling because they thought maybe Arletha just didn't want to be bothered anymore, which, let's be real, it's insane as hell. So it's a lot of people that we're going to have to, a lot of people in this story gets Fs, just straight Fs for just parenting and just being, you know what I'm saying, decent human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all get straight F's because all of y'all are screwed up, man. The family full of fuck ups, just throwing it out there. But anyway, let me say this. So that's how the parents and daughters operate. You go missing on your mama, she gonna find you, right? Right? She's showing up at your house with a pot of greens and side eye until you open the door. But instead, Anthony had them believe in their daughter just disappear out of their lives.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why they took the next man's word for it. Is all I'm
Now
saying.
hold up.
If you keep telling me like, yeah, your daughter in the other room, be like, can you put her on the phone?
Yeah, right.
No, she don't feel like talking right now. Be like, let me hear that from her. Like the first time I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll talk to her later. The second time I'll be like, bro, what?
You're right.
The third time I'll be like, put her on the phone.
Right.
But not even on whether I believe you or not. Now I got an issue with my daughter. Like, what you talk about? You ain't coming to talk to me. Put her on the phone.
Yeah.
There you go. No, you said it. You right there. You hit the nail on the head. It ain't even you no more. I got an issue with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
What's going on with my daughter? And what's going on with you? And why you ain't talking to me?
Yeah.
And if you come up with some boo-boo that why she ain't getting on the phone, then I'm at your house.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like your daughter, sister, she just vanished off the face of the earth. No calls, no visits, no popping up at her front door, and like y'all just let it rock. It don't make sense. So, because you know, like I ain't pretty funny in black families, if mama can't get you on the phone for a week, she's showing up at your house with a pound cake and a frying pan, like you're gonna open this door today. Aunties be calling your job, cousins gonna be sliding by the house. Somebody is checking. Like you can't just disappear with 8 kids and nobody's raising hell about it. And Anthony knew this, so he took advantage of the silence and their distance. And every time they called, he hit them with a "she can't come to the phone right now," like she was on punishment. And instead of pushing back, they just stopped calling. And that gave Anthony the cover he needed to keep his story chilling, literally in the freezer.
So Detective Quincy decides, all right, let me go ahead and double back. He talks to the pastor again. He talks to Chantel. And finally, he's like, you know what? Let's just go take a look at this house and see if what this girl is saying matches up. This detective deserves an F. Because the minute she said that, I'm just going to go to the house to check it out.
Yeah, like why did you go back and talk to that pastor that she talked to?
Yeah,
just go ahead and
just
go
go
to the
check
house.
it out.
Right, like
y'all
she
deserve
said,
an
it
F.
takes 2 seconds. Like, okay, like dang, okay, she says a body in the freezer. Let me go check the house.
Because if she lying, that's it. Like,
right.
Yes. So look, they roll up to that little shotgun row house, and remember, 10 people crammed in here, and Anthony ain't home. Right? That boy ain't home. He probably out there. I ain't no telling what this little punk ass nigga doing, but Chantel is, and she's fed up. She like, come on, y'all. Y'all didn't believe me for the first time? Let me go ahead and show you. Right? And listen. That's where she got way more nerve than me, because if it was me, I'd be like, detectives, you go first. I'd be in the car with the AC running. But Chantel, nah, this girl takes them straight to the back, points at the deep freezer like, here, move the brisket out the way, and mama right under that.
Damn.
So they walk back there and they see the freezer. And it wasn't just sitting pretty, like it was a smell, like that smell. And when they cracked it open, the very first thing they saw, it was not food, it was not ice, it was a body and a hand. So now they know she the girl not lying. Everything she's been saying, like she's been trying to tell y'all dumbasses, is the freaking truth. So I'm sure they felt dumb as hell for not believing her the first time. So of course the next question is, where's Anthony? So Chantel tells him, like, she's like, oh, you know, he left town earlier today. He's off preaching at a revival. And ain't that about nothing? You out here shouting hallelujah in the pulpit while his wife's been on ice in the back room for 4 years. And to lock it all the way in, detectives tell Chantel they're going to need a DNA test on that baby she's carrying, because if the man is both her stepfather and her abuser, they need to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this child is actually his.
So CSI literally had to roll that freezer out the house like it was a damn appliance delivery. Took it straight to the lab because they couldn't even touch Arletha's until her body defrosted. And by the time they did, the autopsy couldn't even give them a clear cause of death, but they had more than enough to move on Anthony. So here's where it get messy. That car Anthony was driving, bought by one of the old buy here, pay here lots, you know, the little shady little lots. They always got a GPS tracker on the car just in case a nigga don't want to pay the note. They can come and pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So look, the tracker pinged straight back to Jackson, Alabama. So Mobile Police Department calls up Clark County Sheriff Office and say, hey, we got a preacher out your way hiding a whole body in the freezer. Y'all might want to go check it out. So they roll up on Anthony in the middle of him preaching a revival that goes, look, that's another thing. People, just because they preach the word of God, don't mean they of God. You know what I'm saying? Or
Part,
Yeah.
preach.
you know what I'm saying? So look, this man up in that pulpit, Bible in one hand, microphone in the other, talk about salvation, and the deputy walked straight in like, excuse me, sir, are you Anthony Hopkins? He's like, yes, I am. How can I help you? Right? And they hit him with, we're going to need you to put your hand behind your back, sir, arresting him right there in front of the congregation. Now, here's the best part. Anthony has the nerve to play dumb. Oh, that's, what's this about? Why am I being arrested? And the officer, being petty as hell, hits him back with maybe something to do with a body in the freezer. I know you lying. Listen, if that ain't divine comedy,
that's why I told you it was the Lord.
Yeah.
Because he got caught on the Lord's turf.
Right. That all tied back in together. Yes. Yes.
He got told to put that back in there.
Yeah.
So he got, because apparently, I don't know if she's inarticulate. Yeah. Maybe she talks a little hood and don't believe, but apparently they wasn't going to believe her for nothing.
Yeah.
And even then, it was buried behind in a body or something. It was in the ground. It would have had major decomposition at that point, being years later. So for it being put into a freezer and being preserved, that was God.
That was God. Yeah, that's right.
Like diabolical. So we're gonna pause right here for just a second because I can't deal with the audacity, the nigacity of this man. So you got your wife folded up like yesterday's laundry in the deep freezer, and this man is still bold enough to be standing in the pulpit preaching about holiness. The only thing Anthony was qualified to preach is thou shalt not pass go, thou shalt go straight to jail. And the congregation was shook. So imagine you sitting there, you fanning yourself, thinking you came for a revival, and instead you got front row seats to a perp walk. One minute he's hollering, God is so good, and the next minute the sheriff's hollering, hands behind your back. Baby, that's what you call an altar call with handcuffs. And for Anthony to sit here and play that, I'm like, he didn't know why they were there. Like I said, the nigacity. Because not my black Jesus, because he don't have games like that. Like, you know exactly what you did. Like, you had to have known when you saw them and they asked you what they was coming to you for.
And I mean,
you had to. Like, nigga, did you forget you got a body in your freezer at the house?
Like, how do you act? If you're somebody that was sitting at that church, like, listening to the word of your pastor got arrested, what is your first thing that you're going to do? Because I'm about to be sitting there.
I'll be like, I knew I fuck him down. Give me my $20 back.
So look, Anthony Hopkins gets snatched up out the pulpit July 28, 2008, right in the middle of a revival. So Clark County hands Anthony back over to Mobile PD. And of course, when they sit him down to interview, the first thing out of his mouth is, I need a lawyer. Translation, he knows he's caught. And when I say they hit him with charges, I mean they hit him with charges. Let's run it down. They got him with murder for killing his wife, Arletha, and stashing her body in the freezer like she was leftovers, rape, sodomy, incest, sexual abuse, and they got him with abuse of a brisket. Right? That's
abuse of a brisket. That is.
No. When they set his bond, they made sure it wasn't nothing like $750,000 just for the murder, and then another $10,000 each for the abuse charges stacked on top. Bruh, had more counts than McDonald's register, and none of them came with fries. So check this out. But here's the problem. At that point, they didn't have much hard evidence back in Chantel's story. So they started digging, talking to other children, the other kids.
What do you mean you don't got hard evidence? You got a body and you got a vagina full of baby.
Yeah, and I ain't trying. Yes, and the nigga, she was frozen solid. That's hard evidence, like literally.
Right.
You don't like no harder than that.
Right.
Yes.
What are they talking about?
They need to call Horatio from CSI because
right.
Y'all ain't getting this shit right. Y'all need to want the people that's getting paid the big monies.
Yes. So look, they started digging, talking to the other kids. Chantel had said, I think he's been messing with my sister Tasha too. So detectives bring Tasha in and she's like, I don't know what y'all talking about. He ain't never touched me. So now the cops are like, okay, somebody's not telling the truth. They go back, search that cramped little shotgun house again, and best believe, I'm still wondering where 8 kids were supposed to sleep. Probably set like bunk beds in a shoe.
I wonder how you got the 8 kids in a house like that. Because, I mean, let me tell you, when I was with my ex and we just had 2-3 kids, I barely got Poonan. And it was that quiet sneak in the corner. Well, I used to be like, girl, you better meet me in this back room for like at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah,
And
like
cover
real.
her mouth
Damn.
like Phoebe from The Color Purple.
Well, hold on. You said 5 to 10 minutes. Shit. I don't even need that. Look.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I like to marinate in it. I'm one of those.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to say, look,
He tell me to be quick, but if it's good, I'm trying not to.
And the guy said, "You making love?" No, brother, that's
right. I'm the one you gotta turn around and look and be like, boy, you better nut. Be like, okay, girl, okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Look, by the time she look back, I'm over there back on my phone chilling. You done? Oh yeah, I done like 5 minutes ago.
I bet done. What you bet?
So look, I told you they go back.
In it.
Exactly. They go back, they look in, but while searching one of the bedrooms, they find something that blows the case wide open. Tasha's diary. And inside, there's one entry that says it all. She writes that she wants a better relationship with God and she wants a better relationship with her stepdad, but she wants it without sex. Do you know how heartbreaking that is? Like, there's no joke with that. You know how heartbreaking that is? A child, yes,
That's
she
horrible.
wants a better relationship with God, a better relationship with her stepdad without sex. Like, that's horrible, man. Like,
that's horrible.
Yeah, let's be real. Like, a little girl don't just write that in her diary unless something is really happening, man. That's oh my God, that is horrible. That is so horrible, man.
For me, the most horrible part is to hear what she's saying shows me her spirit.
Yeah.
You know, I believe in chakra energy and people and their true aura and who they really are and showing up inside. This shows the truth of her inside of that sentence is saying that she's praying for her dad and don't even want harm for her father.
Yeah.
Don't even have resentment for her daddy. She just wants him to stop doing her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the moment of truth comes, the paternity test. And baby, when them results come back, it was official. Anthony Hopkins, you are the father. I know Maury would have had the crowd on their feet. And I imagine this in the church scene, like it ain't funny, but all I can see is like the somebody falling out in the pew in the aisle. Like, Lord, yeah, I see the whole scene. But this ain't Maury. So with that DNA test sealing the deal, CPS, they step in and they took custody of the other 6 children that were still in the house because by this point, Chantel and Tasha were basically legal adults or close enough. And thank God for that because those babies didn't need to spend not one more night in the house that Anthony Hopkins built, or should I say destroyed. And can we just pause for just one more second? Because imagine CPS walking into that shotgun house like, how many kids y'all got in here? And where are they all sleeping? It's really giving clown car energy, but instead of clowns, it's like trauma pouring out the door. So Anthony had turned that home into a house of horrors, and somebody finally came to shut it all down.
So look, the trial kicks off on April 6, 2010, and of course, the big question everybody wants answered is, how did Arletha die? The medical examiner takes a stand and says there were no signs of blunt force trauma, no evidence of strangulation. But here's the problem. After 4 years in the freezer and then being thawed out, her body was partially decomposed. So at the end of the day, they couldn't get a jury a clear conclusion. No cause of death. They could put it in black and white, which, if you ask me, was the perfect cover Anthony thought he had. He figured keeping her on ice would keep him from ever being nailed down. But what he didn't count on, all the other evidence waiting to bury him instead.
Okay, so let me tell you how bold Anthony really was. So first, Chantel, she takes a stand. She testifies to her with her whole chest about the abuse that's been going on for years, and she denied 100% that it was ever consensual. And she shouldn't even have to have said that because how was it consensual when you're a child being groomed by your stepdaddy? But she said it. She said it was abuse. Period. And then Anthony has the nerve to get up on the stand in his own defense. I tell you, the negacity this nigga has is just mind blowing. This nigga got up there and said that my faith is what's been keeping me going. I love my wife. Then he tried to flip it like Arletha just dropped dead because she was overweight, she was diabetic, she had high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Talking about he just walked in and she was just gone. And then this man had the audacity to say that my black Jesus told him to keep her close. And that's why he put her in the freezer. Again, not my black Jesus. Because my black Jesus don't tell nobody to go buy a deep freezer and then stomp your wife and it like leftovers. Absolutely not. And if that wasn't enough, he actually did admit to sleeping with Chantel. But instead of taking responsibility, he pulls the classic predator move. It was consensual. It didn't start until she was 16, which is the legal age in Alabama. Like that makes it okay. And then he really showed his whole demon ass when he said that Chantel tempted him. She came on to him in some quote chocolate lingerie. So, sir, you couldn't resist chocolate lingerie, but you could resist the Ten Commandments. Like you could resist protecting your wife and children. You could resist common decency. No.
Right.
Anthony Hopkins, you are not a man of God. You are a predator in a pulpit, and you deserve to be dragged by your unholy, funky, trifling ass to hell in a pair of gasoline shorts.
Mm. So let me get this straight. Anthony Hopkins stands up in court admits to sleeping with his own stepdaughter, blames her for it, throws in some chocolate lingerie nonsense, and then tries to cover it all up with, "But I repented." Man, if you don't sit your unholy ass down behind, man. Anyway, he really thought the jury was going to buy that story. Like 12 regular people off the street were going to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, sounds reasonable." Must have been a lingerie fault. Please. That jury wasn't fooled for a second. They saw through him clear as glass. At the end of the day, Anthony Hawkins was no man of faith. He was a predator hiding behind a word, and the jury knew it. The pulpit mask came all the way off, and what was left was a monster who deserved to be dragged to the pits of hell, funky and barefoot, wearing them gasoline shorts Tiffany mentioned earlier. And guess what? That jury was more than happy to light that match. So after all that mess on the stand, it didn't take the jury long. And by April 9th, the jury, after under 2 hours of deliberation, and why did it take 2 hours, Tiffany?
Because they was out ordering some Jimmy John's and they got there in 5 minutes. They just wanted to make sure that they could have their lunch before they came back with that verdict.
Yeah.
Because they returned with a guilty verdict on all counts: murder, rape, sodomy, incest, sexual abuse, and abuse of a brisket. They stacked those charges on him like dominoes. Every single one failed, and they threw the book at him. I hope it hit him in the dead ass in the face. So, and when it came to sentencing, the judge didn't play. On May 21st, 2010, Anthony was hit with life without the possibility of parole for the murder of Arletha, plus an additional 50 or 51 years for the sexual abuse charges. The man is never breathing free air again. So let's
Thank
call it what
God.
it is. The gospel preacher who thought he could hide behind Jesus while living like the devil is now riding where he belongs. And you already know they tearing that holy Bucci cat up. His pulpit
Mhm.
days are over. His revival days are over. The only revival he's getting now is waking up every morning in that prison cell, funky as ever, in those gasoline shorts we already fitted for him. Drive
Mhm.
straight to the pits of hell. And there we go.
All right, we're about to go ahead and wrap this up. So we're going to fast forward a little to March of 2015. Anthony decides he's going to go pro se, representing himself because apparently he thought he was Perry Mason and Moses rolled into one. He wasn't. He had not one but two unsuccessful appeals. Then he filed some federal action claiming his constitutional rights were violated at trial. His appeals were prejudiced, and on top of that, he wanted $650,000 in damages against the Mobile Sheriff's Department and a police officer named Philip Garrett. Damages, the only damages you did was to your family, sir, please. But he didn't stop there. He also tried to sue any TV company that put his business on screen. And baby, you know, Fatal Attraction covered him, puts a couple other documentaries, and he really thought he was going to get paid for being infamous. You can't
Right.
sue over public information. I keep trying to tell y'all people that you can't do it.
Yeah, you
So here's
can't.
the final word. If you don't want people to drag your name, don't be out here folding your wife into a deep freezer and abusing your kids. Period. Next time, don't do the crime if you don't want people talking shit about you. Anthony Hopkins, you are officially dragged by your funky, unholy, trifling ass straight to the pits of hell. No parole, no appeal, and them gasoline shorts are lit up waiting on you. And I hope Arletha is the one to light the match. His
Right.
trifling ass is housed at the Bibb County Correctional Facility. He was up for parole, and I'm not sure why because they said there was no parole, but that was August 16th of 2023, which was denied. He has another one coming up August 1st of 2026. I'm gonna keep that days close. I'm gonna keep y'all posted because we all need to write a letter petitioning against his release because if he would be able to get out, he would only be 56. So that gave him plenty of time to be fucking with somebody else's kids, and I'm not standing for it if I can help it.
Right. Well, what happened to the daughter and the baby? Are they? Is there
We
anything?
don't know if she had the baby. We like there was no further information I could find because that's what I was wondering too. But I couldn't find like anything else. Like that girl is like completely off the grid, which I don't freaking blame the poor baby.
I don't blame her. Like, hopefully she's doing like as good as she can wherever she is and whatever decision she made about the baby. You know, that's just really sad and heartbreaking.
Right.
It is. Like it is.
All right, you guys. Now we are ready for you. I know that was long, right?
I know. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. I'm like, God damn.
That was a
Yes.
good one.
But hey, look, everybody know. Look, let me tell you, they be saying our podcast be too short sometimes. So this is perfect. So look, we about to get a mic to y'all. Y'all do what y'all do.
Top of the day, Trash Pandas. Welcome back to Hot Garbage True Crime Edition. I'm your host, Nisha, and this is my beautiful best friend and co-host,
Buddha Badass.
Oh my gosh, and we have some wonderful guests today, and I'm so excited.
They pretty awesome people. I ran into them earlier, and they pretty awesome.
Yes, they are. We are going to let them introduce themselves before we get into everything. So, let's have our guests introduce themselves.
Okay, I'm Tiffany. I am one half of Melanin Mysteries.
And I'm Willie, the other half of Melanin Mystery.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on because I want to tell you. So I found your podcast probably like a couple weeks ago or so, and me and Tiffany, we've been just talking. This is crazy because me and Tiffany are just alike, and Buddha and Willie are just alike. So it's like this episode is going to be crazy right now.
You mean extremely attractive? That's what
it is.
Yes.
It's going to be wonderful. And I'm like, I fell in love with them. I fell in love with you guys. Like, you guys have such a good podcast. Willie, you're funny. Tiffany, you're just like thoughtful. You're kind of like me. Like us girls, we hold all the weight, and the dudes are just funny, right?
Yes.
I don't know if I like how you explain that.
Yeah, she kind of sold us real short, bro. Like, we just here for the humor.
A smooth little underhand.
So you guys make sure you guys check them out. But at the end, I'll have them like give all their socials and stuff so you guys can follow them and bug them too.
Oh yeah, give them some love, and like we say,
come on over to the family.
Absolutely. And we always do a quote. So while Buddha gets his quote together, I want to make sure that you guys know to like, rate our podcast 5 stars. You know, any little bit helps. It helps the algorithm, and make sure you tell all your friends, family, and pets about us. Oh, and pastors.
And pastors. Even though we just went through something bad with a pastor, but tell them any goddamn way because I want the money.
I'm honestly about to lose I don't want to say this, but I'm about to lose all respect for pastors after these cases we're about to do.
Girl, let me say, it is hard. It is hard to be a preacher. I don't know if I told you, but I was on the path. My family wanted me to be a preacher bad.
Right.
Bad. And said that was my calling from the source himself, from the Lord. And I was like, it's just who my life is. You know, I like to be with somebody and I'm smacking that ass. I don't care if we're in public or not. I would love my girl and I like to see a jiggle.
Yeah.
So if you say that that's against the Lord and I'm leading somebody to sin, well then stop looking over here.
But you could have said it better, Buddha.
So that's why
I ain't trying to be funny. What you just said, that's majority of the pastors right now.
Oh my God, right?
Man, like, oh God, that means that I should go to the church then. Maybe it is ready for me.
Exactly.
So the quote of the day is from an anonymous person, but I think it is something that is needed. So it says, heal so you can hear what's being said without the filter of your wounds.
That's crazy because that goes with kind of like what we just kind of recorded, like healing from your wounds, like, you know what I mean, trauma.
Girl, we always be talking about somebody getting killed, so there's always wounds involved.
That was real deep. That was real deep. I like that.
But yes, it is, and I interpret it in saying in you healing from your wounds. Sometimes when people say things, it's almost like when somebody says, "Oh, you can't appreciate the good man because you're thinking about the bad man before you."
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
True, yeah.
It's in that same thing. If you do not heal your wounds and heal yourself, and that's why also a little alert to you guys, just a little warning for friends and family out there. If you break up with somebody, give yourself a third of the time or a quarter of the time to yourself before you get in another relationship.
That makes
sense. Be by yourself for it. If you be with somebody for a year, be by yourself for 4 months. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can get back to self.
Yeah.
And understanding who you are.
That makes total sense. Well, we'll get into this crazy case. It seems like today's theme is pastors, so I found a kind of crazy one. Like it's kind of crazy, but it's also mellow. You know what I mean? But it was kind of shocking a little bit, right?
Oh gosh.
So, have you guys ever heard of Joy Risker?
No, never heard of her.
Good. Good. I'm glad. So we're gonna be talking about the case of Joy
I thought Will
Risker.
would have heard because he was naming off preachers just a minute ago like crazy. I thought he knew all the goddamn high level.
I know, right? I look. I know. I keep a list of the ones. You know what I'm saying? Who ain't the shit? You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, how do you know
hey,
all this stuff?
hey, look.
I thought he'd be able to be like, that's my ex girlfriend. Like I knew.
No, Willie has some stories. Oh my gosh, Willie got a gun pulled out on him.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And Tiffany ran. It's
Oh yeah.
Wow, Tiffany.
But I'm with it. If
Well,
you get a gun
I said
pulled out on
somebody
you,
had to live to tell the story. It would have been spent
You
off
be
all type
gouging
of
people's
crazy.
eyes out. I get a gun pulled out and now you running? Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, but nobody's a match for a gun though. If they had maybe like a knife or like a bat or something, okay, I'm with you. But a gun?
I ain't gonna lie, I give everything up. When somebody pull a gun up, I give up everything.
Right?
yeah. Look, the man, a gun turned me to a bitch real quick.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. What did you do, Willie? Did you start crying? Because I heard that she ran. I didn't hear what you did.
He was so damn calm. Like
I know. I don't.
Yeah,
I grabbed the gun. Yeah, I grabbed the gun. I just saw a thing of smoke from her tennis shoe going so fast.
Well, so Joy Risker, she was born July 15th, 1978. And her dad left the family when she was really little. So it was just her and her mom and she grew up in San Diego. And she was always bubbly, joyful, and her mom was like super, super close, but she missed her dad. Like she really wanted his presence in her life, and she never really understood why he left the family. And so, when she was a teenager, she decided that she wanted to join the church. Like she told her mom, she was like, I feel like something is missing and I think that I need a church family, because she was an only child. So she was like, maybe this would give her the biggest family that she wanted.
Oh man, that's already the good enough child for me right there. You put
Yeah,
yourself
she
in
was
church.
a really nice child. Yeah. So she wanted community. She wanted a mentor besides her mom. Her mom was doing a good job, but she just wanted something more. So at church, this is when she met 26-year-old Sean Goff. He was a youth minister and he was also on television programs. You guys know like those churches that's televised. I think they call them televangelists or something like that. Like
yeah. They got like TBN, that's Trinity Broadcast Network, like the Kenneth Copeland. Yeah, I got you.
So he got like a lot of attention, and honestly, when he actually was like he was the assistant to like this really super like huge pastor that was on the TV. So a lot of people noticed him. A lot of people, he was really cute, so a lot of people had a crush on him, including Joy. Joy started getting a huge crush on him. You know what I mean? And Sean started noticing her too.
But he ain't kill nobody, so apparently you ain't getting no crush on him.
No, like, well, stop reading my notes and skip it ahead.
I just know your personality. Until he kills somebody, he ain't cute to you.
Anyways, whatever.
You gotta have him thugging.
You do have to have.
She sound like Tiffany. Hey,
you gotta have a
when I say yes,
what you talking about? I don't want no thug. What you talking about? I like me a good man, Savannah. I just like my hood man in book.
No, but it'd be like the most like we'll be doing a case and the nigga didn't kill 5 people. It's like, oh, he is so cute. Nigga.
Okay, just because he a murderer don't mean he ain't fine. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny.
Right, it don't take away your looks, right? Like, because you're a murderer.
What?
It don't, right, Tiffany?
Bruh, thank you. Bruh, I thought it was just me.
Is that what we saying, y'all ladies? Are y'all gonna die for that dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't say all that. I said you can be a fine ass murderer. That was where it ended.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer, he was fine as hell, but he was a murderer. But
and
that didn't take away his looks.
And fuck your dead corpse.
Okay, but that didn't take away his looks. I'm not saying that I wanted him. I mean, he was gay anyway, but that he was still like a handsome man, right?
But you would have to look at, if you met him in the club, you would have to remind yourself that he eats people and fucks dead pussies before you would not give him your number.
No. Hey, look, and notice how she said that. She like, I mean, he was a gay anyway. Like, if he was a gay,
he was gay anyway. God damn it, I lost my chance. Like, girl, so you were still on a campaign mindset.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, right. Well, Tiffany, when you had talked to Dahmer if he was straight?
No,
he's killing people. Are we gonna put that on the resume?
Oh
Exactly. They're talking about this nigga was eating black men like it was steak. Like what you
I'm glad though. Like that part, honestly, I'll take none of that back. Eat all the black ass you want, you motherfucker. That's what I'd have said before I died. I'd be like, eat my ass, you son of a bitch. And I hope you choke on some barbecue sauce with it too.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
So basically, after she got a crush on him, Sean started noticing her too, you know, and he encouraged her to meet his wife. His wife's name was Sheila. So she started going over to the house, having Bible studies. And the couple, they had this young little boy. So Joy became the babysitter for the baby. And so they became like a second family for her. Like she was finally getting what she wanted. And eventually, Joy graduates high school. And as soon as she graduated high school, Sean said that, you know, he told her he was in love with her too.
I mean, at least he waited though.
He waited until
he waited to that 18th birthday. I mean, that
he
night.
was still a pedo.
That night.
You I was there.
Yeah, he was there. But that's still a pedophile though, right? Because he was looking at her before. So
yeah, he just made it waited until she was legal. That nigga was a straight up pedo.
That's a thin line between love and hate. Like, are you not attractive at 17 and a half?
Well, yeah, but I mean, is that because see, okay, that's a good question. So is it okay? Like, let's say you're looking at somebody when they're 17, but you wait until they're 18, so you don't act on nothing before that. Is that okay because you did wait?
I mean, I don't hit on nothing that I feel like is under 25 just to be safe. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But the thing was, he was like, wait, grooming her because you have her around. You know what I'm saying? Like you're lusting over her before she's legal. So I think that's where it messes it up at because he had her around like he was grooming her.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, sense. Polly coming out, you know, making oatmeal and shit with no shirt on.
Oh, you know, that makes sense. So, for example, in my situation, let's say if I'm looking at some boys that's on the basketball team at my daughter's school,
you have done.
Seniors. No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
I'm just making, you know what?
You was about to go to the prom with one. So, like you have done, is your life are you living the pedophile life? Is that what this is?
Mind, forget my
is
question.
that the sin?
Okay, I'm not gonna give this scenario because now it's just gonna make me look bad. So I'm just like,
it sounds like the exact same. If you watching them sweating and jumping basketball and they little six packs are going on,
why I'm at the game.
Even though he's 17, your daughter's there, but you just happen to see his little 17-year-old six pack.
First of all, my daughter's a cheerleader. I'm at the game for her. I'm not there for that. I was making an example. You know,
and then you notice he ain't got no 17-year-old little drawers on while he's dunking the ball. Something just jingling around down there, huh? Is that bad that he's 17 and a half and you watch that jiggle?
Okay, I'm done.
Is that what you're asking?
Anyways, back to the case. Because Buddha's getting on my nerves. He's gonna I was gonna give like a scenario, but never mind. Because he's gonna make
you done made her. Go ahead, get your scenario, girl. I want to hear the scenario. We don't want to hear about no 17-year-old boy jiggling balls.
So if I'm at the game looking at my daughter's cheer squad, a couple seniors, really gorgeous, about 17 and a half. You know, I think that they're cute, but let's say I don't act on anything until they're 18, but I didn't do what this man does, have them around and stuff like that. Am I a pedophile? Because I didn't say nothing though until they're 18, but I just noticed them on the court. Is that a pedophile?
Did you get a little tingle on your drawers? Let me ask you, hold on. Did you get a little tingle on your drawers when you saw him at 17?
No,
you did. Yes, you did.
No,
yes, you did. I saw that twinkle in your eye. There was tingle. Did not
see that.
Stedman made you moist.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. Anyways. So
there has to be tingle for you to even try to talk to somebody. That's what I'm saying. If you think somebody attractive, in your defense, defense, you go to think somebody attractive, you get a tingle.
Right.
That's just is what it is.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Is that
I didn't get a tingle. And I'm not even talking about me. This is a hypothetical thing. Anyways, right. This is somebody that told me something.
That's right.
No, but I get what you're saying. So if a person,
that down.
I don't know, man. It depends on your age.
It's a slippery slope. It's just a very slippery slope.
It is.
Yeah, I think it also depends on your age as well.
So during this time, Joy, like she liked him too, but she was really worried about his wife because remember they had developed a relationship. She was the babysitter. She loved Sheila, and she was like, I would never do that to your wife. So he told Joy that he wanted her to join their family and become his second wife. And he said that God told him he was supposed to have more than one wife. And he also said Sheila was fine with it. So here we go again with the God told
Oh
me it was
my
okay, right?
gosh.
Whether it's God or not, relationships are contracts, and you need to have a confirmation with the person you messing with first.
Yeah, what she said, Sheila was fine with it.
Okay, but you say that, but I need to hear it from Sheila.
Yeah, I
Right.
gotta hear from Sheila. Yeah, I got you.
So this has been something. So came to find out that he had actually been Sheila's youth pastor, and so
Oh,
you
this
know,
nigga just
he is a pro.
yeah, this is
Hell.
this is a running theme. So she eventually agreed to marry him. And Joy's mom was completely against it, but she decided to be supportive because she was one of those things where she was like, if I try to push too hard, then she's going to stop talking to me. And she didn't want to lose her daughter, so she agreed with it. Now, they got married on a private beach. At this time, she was 19 and he was 30 years old.
Wait a minute, and he was still married to Sheila?
Yeah, so she's his second wife now.
Oh, well then.
So wait, ain't that what?
That's it's polygamy, but I think that's why. So technically,
it's polyamorous.
Polyamorous, but that's why they got married on a private beach. So I don't know if their marriage was actually legal. You know what I mean? Because he was already married to Sheila.
It's not.
But they didn't get married.
But polygamy isn't legal in the U.S., so it's not going to be legal any which way it goes. From what I
Well, I mean, it could have been a fake. Like they could have just went.
They
there
have a spiritual ceremony.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
and crazy enough.
Yeah, I don't know like which states is not illegal in, but
it's like Ohio, Nevada. There's a couple of them it's not illegal in them.
Oh wow,
the Mormon-based states.
Oh wow, that's different.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
You ain't seen that documentary?
But for me,
Neo got 4 girlfriends right now.
But for me, I don't know if I could do that just for that part.
You can have girlfriends, but it's the marriage part.
I mean, but for me, I'd rather be the legal one because technically, if he drops dead tomorrow, that second one's not entitled to shit because she doesn't really exist. So I need to be the first one.
No, that's true shit.
For real.
You seen Why the Fools Fall in Love?
Oh yeah,
that's what ended up happening with Frankie Lyman. I don't care how much y'all got married. The one who's with the legal document, the first one, that's who gets
everything.
Yep, true. Yeah.
So Joy moves in with them, and here's the thing, though, because he's in the church and stuff, and of course it's not illegal or spiritual. He's not supposed to be doing that. He had to tell people that she was the nanny. So that's how they explained, being at the church and stuff, like always having her around. They was like, oh yeah, she's just our nanny and stuff like that. Now, behind the scenes, Sean started becoming like very, controlling, and he would use scriptures to manipulate them. He would control them when it came to sex, when it came to finances. And the crazy thing is people started, they thought people was stupid, right? But they started suspecting this. They started suspecting something else was going on besides her just being the nanny.
Right.
So because of these rumors, he resigned from the televangelist job, and the church disowned him just because of all these rumors that was going around. So what he did was he quit the youth pastor job and he started a church of his own. And he actually, in his church, he said that polygamy is okay. So he became a Christian polygamist, and he said he is the leader of all polygamous groups. So
oh my God.
Okay. Yeah.
He gotta be he MAGA. He MAGA.
Yeah, he started getting everybody connected and shit, So this is during the time that the relationship between the three of them started falling apart because Joy ends up getting pregnant during this time. And in June 2000, they had a baby named Stone. Unfortunately, during this time as well, Joy's mom passed away, which completely devastated her because, she needed her mom, Summer of 2002, she had another baby named Onks. And so this is where everything starts to fall apart because remember, he had been super controlling and he was telling these women they can't work. And Sheila was like, I want to go back to work. Like she was tired of just being a housewife. They needed more money coming in. So Sheila ends up going back to work and Joy becomes the stay-at-home mom. So she's staying at home with like 3 of the kids right now, right?
This nigga's a pimp.
Yeah, like he's not a pastor, he's a pimp.
I ain't nothing wrong. Let me tell you that the fact that she over here saying that she want to go work is the thing I love. Like,
I know,
have a goal and just sitting on your butt forever. Be somebody,
right?
Do something with yourself. I ain't gonna lie, that's not attractive to me. If I see that all you do is be here and do just fuck shit watching Maury, I want to get into that nan.
Yeah, you got to do something with your life, right?
Do something with yourself.
She trying to. Yeah, know what I'm saying? She said,
so the fact that he discouraging seems like you are not. Yeah, you said she trying to, bro. He discouraging. Yeah, he's not a positive influence.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
So this is during the time. So Sheila goes back to work. Joy's a stay-at-home mom, and now, can you believe it? But Sean gets a third wife. He meets her on a forum.
He's greedy.
He's
Oh, this
like,
nigga freak.
He's greedy now. Now he just greedy.
he got 23-year-old Becky and moved her in, and that's literally
What's her
name.
name? Ain't even 23 yet.
She's not even 23 yet, right?
And you done with that Poonan? Like it's already old to you?
Already. Oh,
But-
he thirst McGurf.
Sheesh.
But here's the thing, though. No, this is going to be the funny part. So Becky had major emotional problems. She wasn't stable. Like, she was hecka crazy. So he tried to do an exorcism on her because that's how crazy she was.
I mean, I've never pause. I've never seen a real life exorcism. So I've only been on movies. So number one, I didn't know they did that.
I didn't know they did
And number two, isn't that just sprinkling holy water and slapping bitches?
I don't know.
Damn, that's
like the devil is alive. The devil is alive. The devil is alive. This is pimping. He's pimping.
We coming to your church. No, they actually do them. No, so they actually had a movie out called the what is it? The Exorcism of Somebody, and it's a true story where they were doing an exorcism on her and she ended up dying. Like they really actually legitly do it. Yeah,
So
they do it.
Do they actually really like lay them down and like they float and all that, or is that just the movies?
No,
Black True Crime actually covered a case that they had just did a movie on last summer about that. And when I tell you, it scared the absolute shit out of me because it was like she covered the actual real story of the movie. Yeah, I had nightmares for weeks.
I am not watching that.
Check that out. You gotta text me that later because I'll watch that.
Yeah, I'll find the episode. Yeah, I was shooketh. I don't.
The only one I think was Cedric the Entertainer, and he had a gun, so that's why I'm like, well, I mean,
oh, that was hilarious. Yeah,
yeah, right. Well, after they couldn't do the exorcism on her, and obviously Becky was having mental health. She ended up either getting kicked out or she left. I couldn't see like which one it was, but either way, she was not a wife anymore at all. So during this time, Joy ends up enrolling in college, and when she enrolled in college, she got some new friends, and this was the first time she really started hanging out with people. So of course, Sean gets jealous. He accuses her of cheating, and he's really mean to her behind this. So in summer of 2003, she decided to leave his ass.
Here's a little hint, guys, for the future. If you think your girl's cheating on you, yelling, being accusing, and really mean to her and abusive is not going to help the situation.
It's not going to help. It's going to make you cheat more.
Right.
Yeah.
Being always accusatory and aggressive does not help her not cheat.
Yeah.
No, if anything, she gonna be smiling in your face like, okay, this is why I do it.
Yeah, right.
If you thinking Iking some female and just start popping her in the forehead is gonna stop that Poonan from going to the next man, that
it
is
ain't.
Not.
It ain't.
That's gonna run to the next person even more because he probably don't hit her.
That makes him because he's gonna they all say that little sappy stuff. All the side guys who's trying to pull your girl is already saying that stuff. All you doing is making them look like that shit is
making
true.
it. Yes. Yes,
you did, man. I wouldn't do none of that stuff that he would do, girl. I'd always be there for you, girl.
Yeah,
I'd run half every day of your life and feed you.
I can't believe. Yeah, that's crazy doing that, man. Shit, that's these niggas. When they got a good girl, they don't even be knowing.
Right? You so lucky, bro. If I had you, he already saying that.
Exactly.
You her in the face, don't make that go away.
Right. Well, summer of 2003, she decided to leave. And so he threatened to take the kids so that she could stay. So what happened was, she had fully decided in her mind, like, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. So he took her out to dinner and he tried to win her back. He did everything he could. He begged her. He pleaded with her. So Sheila.
I am not a support.
Right. So out of nowhere, Sheila phone call, and the phone call said so I guess Sheila, when she had got her job, she had to go out of town for work, right? And so out of nowhere he calls her and he's like, well, him and Joy got into an argument after dinner and she left the kids as well, and he don't know what to do. And so nobody ever hears from, right. So after this, nobody ever hears from Joy ever again. So everybody's like, that's weird that she left her kids.
From the Denny's. Like, y'all was talking about working this out, and then she just left that restaurant and never was seen again.
Never was seen again, right?
Okay.
So people started doubting his stories, right? Because they was just weird. So a couple weeks later, emails started coming in, and basically what it was saying was that she just needed space. She needed to find herself. And when people would kind of ask, because he would send this out to like her friends, family from her email, right? And so when people would, ask like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, where you at?" She would respond angrily, like, "Just leave me the fuck alone. Like, stop asking so many questions." Like, she would just like basically try to run them away. You know what I mean? And so people were like, this is not her personality, like at all. So eventually Joy stopped responding, and all the friends and family her friends filed a missing person report. And so the police go out to talk to Sheila and Sean. And Sean said that she left voluntarily, and Sheila said basically corroborated Sean's story because that's what he's telling her. And so he said that the next time he went in the house, he found her stuff was just all gone. He don't know what happened. And so he said basically some of the stuff he just got rid of because, he was mad.
Well, that fits.
Right. So
That
they
don't
believe
even sound right. I don't believe it. Mm-mm.
at all, right? So they believed in foul play, but there was no evidence at all. But this is the stupidest part of the crime, right? The stupidest part of the crime is I don't know why Sean did this, but 1 month later he went to the police station and he confessed himself.
Girl, I don't know if that's stupid. There's something going on. That's God again.
That's God, right?
There it is.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Like just in his dreams, like go turn yourself in, sir. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was.
He busted a Hamlet on his ass.
Right.
I can't hear the burning beating of that wretched heart.
Because the crazy thing is nobody even like suspected him. He just went and confessed himself. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's when you know. He had dreams.
Man, hey, look, what they say?
He had things coming at him in the night.
They say God works in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? He got to him like, yeah, nigga, turn yourself in.
Mm.
Right, and I've seen Passions of the Christ. The shadows was probably attacking his ass.
Oh yeah. Hey, there was the same shadows. There was the same shadows that were attacking Willie Lopez on Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
yeah. Those same shadows was attacking his ass.
Oh, yeah. So maybe that's not the stupidest part of the crime because he was getting attacked, so he went and confessed.
So he went and confessed. Anytime when it's something that just out of the norm, girl, just out of the anywhere. Yeah. You know me. I believe there's bigger energy.
No, I believe it too. Yeah. Yep.
So this is what he said. He went down there. He said, "I killed her, but I didn't murder her." Then he said, "I need a lawyer." So right then and there, the interview ends. Yeah, he said, "I killed her, but I did not murder her."
What?
So
that's an interesting way to say that.
So he's gonna go more into it because basically he's gonna try to say self-defense. So that's what he's saying. So at that point, the interview is over because he asked for a lawyer. And needless to say, the whole community was just shocked. You know what I mean? They was like, what? Like, he killed his wife? So he got arrested. His house was searched again. And there was luminol test. There was that luminol blood test that's in Joy's bedroom. So for whoever don't know, a luminol test is basically, even if you clean the blood up, there's this light that they shine. And if there was blood ever anywhere, it's going to light up. So that's what it is. And so Sheila said that now that she thought about it, Sean told her that Joy had got hurt a couple of weeks ago and that there would be blood all throughout the house, but she's okay. So this is what I was like, what? So because
what type of hurt?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But they're trained not to ask any questions because that's what he said. Oh, by the way, she got hurt, so there's gonna be her blood all throughout the house. I would have been like, what?
I mean, how hurt did you get?
Right, all over the house. What kind of cut did you get?
Right.
So basically, he instructed her to clean the blood up, and she did it because she didn't think anything of it because again, she had been so programmed to just listen to him. You know what I mean? Now they didn't find a murder weapon. They didn't find anything like that, but they just found the blood all over the house. So January 2004, hikers developed an unmarked grave with stones, and there was this dismembered body with the fingertips cut off, the teeth taken out, and the face bashed in.
Dang.
But the DNA showed that it was Joy.
They try to take care of everything else, though.
I mean, right. Jeez, bro. Like, you could tell he looked how to get away with murder on the internet.
Right.
Good grief.
Yeah, this is. I mean, that is absolutely like crazy because I was like, but that's smart because I've heard that a long time ago. If you cut the fingertips off, there's no fingerprints. You know what I
Right.
And
mean?
then
At
because
all.
you
Dental
know, they
records.
can't identify him by dental records either.
Yeah. So he actually did kind of think of everything. I'm like, he's a pastor. How he thought about all this, right?
Well, he's been leaking about life and death for all his returns. That's what he do.
Right.
That's a good one.
So, so Sheila, they ruled out that Sheila definitely was not an accomplice. She didn't know about the murder at all, so she was ruled out. If they found out it was Sean that was sending all the emails, and the trial started in 2006. So the prosecutor's theory was that at the dinner things didn't go the way he wanted. You know what I mean? He wanted her to come back. She was saying no, so she was still going to leave, but so he ended up stabbing her. He pled self defense. He said, this is what he said happened. He said he asked her to leave, and then she snapped. And when she snapped on him, he had to kill her. So he hid the body for the sake of the kids because he didn't want the kids to know that she was dead. So he basically said he did this to protect the children.
I mean, what type of how does that go? Let's you know me, girl. Let's live in this moment.
Okay, let's live in the moment.
You sitting at the dinner table. I'm telling you, you gotta, baby. I want you to stay. I just want you to be there. No, baby, I'm about to leave. I'm done with this. Like, nah, baby, I need you to stay. You need to be in my life. I love you like some 70s, like a 70s theme song. Like, I'm telling you right now, I need to go. This ain't me. I can't do this no more. Girl, just stay with me. Just get, God damn it, fuck you in your whole life. Yeah! And she starts diving and scratching his face, and he had to stab her to death in order to stop her. Is that his explanation?
That was his explanation.
Okay.
Oh,
Because you said she had just snapped. So she snaps and dives on you, and then you stab her 52 times in defense, and then stuff her ass in a freezer.
Oh my God, that's exactly what happened. Except for the freezer part.
Yeah, on the way.
I'm like, Dad, what is wrong with these pastors stuffing these women in freezers?
Right. No, but this one actually came up with my idea, which was the woods.
He found 3 trees?
Yep, found the trees.
He found the tree. Oh man. Okay. Buried her in the trees, man. At least he ain't buried, next to the Salisbury steak. So that's good.
Right. So the jury
these pastors is a mess today.
So the jury did not believe the self-defense. Of course they wouldn't have. He was sentenced to 25 to life. Now Sheila moved it out and moved on with her life. And in prison, he has renounced polygamy and he's still claiming self-defense to this day. But right now, Sean's brother is actually raising all the kids.
Well, he renounced polygamy because he wants some booty meat.
Yeah, but because look, he the reason he did that because he already know that Big Bubba already got a wife in jail. He ain't trying to be Big Bubba other wife.
Oh yeah,
you about to be faithful to me.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what happened. Oh my
yes.
So Sean's brother, so Joy's kids is with the uncle because remember her mom had passed, so there was no other family, and Sheila has her kids. Yeah. So right now he's just still sitting in prison talking about it was self-defense, and he's not getting out because 25 to life is like you come up for parole, but ain't nobody giving him no damn parole. Like
because he can't even admit to what he's done, so no, they ain't giving his ass parole.
Well, hold on, wait. And I hate to ask that. What color is he?
Okay.
We never said the colors on our show.
So I'm glad you asked because we never talk about colors on our show unless it's either prevalent to the story or you ask. But he's white. And
okay, well he'd be home tomorrow.
You think okay? So this is actually a swirl case. So his wife Sheila was white, and then Joy's black. So it was like a whole swirl.
Oh, wait. So
I don't know. I just had a feeling he was white.
It was a couple things that kind of made me think about it being white. The fact that he told that he did it, I knew he was white.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what made it so crazy. So I guess him and Sheila lived in a super suburb white area, and so that's another thing that started sticking out was that Joy is a black woman. They were saying she's the nanny, but it was like she was literally the only black woman in the whole neighborhood.
Oh man, he gonna he gonna get. I'm telling you, mark my word, he'll get out. I ain't trying to be funny.
Oh yeah. Because he killed a black woman, huh?
It's just it's what they call it. What the white privilege? She gonna get out?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I guarantee you.
And everybody know y'all dark. Us darkies ain't worth as much.
I know. Not if it was a white woman he would have killed. It may be, but
he a little it'd be no, because you can't kill white women. You can't kill white women. Well, even
no.
though you're a white man,
it
but
would have been a bigger problem.
Oh, it'd have been a big issue.
yeah,
Oh, it would
it'd been a
definitely
way
would have
bigger
been a big
problem.
issue. Yeah, he killed a black woman. They probably like, well, I mean, well, technically she was black. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like, but I
You know, they
guess
don't
we
be
gotta
they
put
don't be
him in
walking around
jail.
with us all like that or whatever.
Yeah, man, that's how it is. So yeah, that's crazy, Q. That's crazy.
Man, that was my story for the day.
Oh yeah,
Good
no, that
point.
oh
The,
you
the squirrel.
oh you gave us a little Dr. Seuss book story. You know what I'm saying? That
Well,
Tiffany,
compared to yours, yeah, I'm
yeah,
like, oh my
yeah,
god.
Tiffany broke out with a whole Encyclopedia Britannica. You know what I'm saying? Like, jeez.
Yeah, no, we
Sorry.
had done that because we've been doing some really heavy stuff by
Yeah.
listener requests on our past couple of things. So I even have asked for palate cleansers,
Well,
No,
like
no, no.
softer
But you know
stuff.
what? That's good though. I
and I was
actually,
like,
yes, that was refreshing. You know
yeah,
what
and
I'm saying?
I didn't. I was telling Tiffany, I was like, well, since it's a dual episode, I didn't want to take because I talk a lot and I put a lot of details, and I was like, I don't want to take over the whole show because I know you still got to do yours.
And then I
Yeah,
text
no,
back,
I
I
think
was
you did
like,
a
how
great
long
job.
is yours? I was like, oh, I think I messed up. And I was like, well,
Yeah, when I was going over the case, I'm looking like 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4. I'm like 11 pages. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. But all right.
Oh, we gonna be here forever.
So
And
that's
that's okay.
so here. How do y'all finish out? How do y'all finish out?
So, well, we're gonna do your love lies and alibis.
No, we're about to stop recording.
Oh,
Then
you're
we're
gonna
gonna
stop.
record again and do love lies and alibis.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
telling you how to do your
No,
show.
no, no, no. You're
My bad.
fine. No, no. We're gonna edit this.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. Finish out like y'all finish out. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on, you guys. You guys are so freaking amazing. Like, I love you guys.
And
Oh,
we do
thank you.
appreciate you.
Yes, we appreciate y'all.
So,
Look, this collab was epic. I ain't gonna lie, Buddha, like you hilarious, bro. We got to do a collab. I don't know how
oh
this
yeah,
gonna
it's
work,
the
bro,
two of
but
y'all. I don't know who gonna write the script.
don't do
right.
that.
Who's gonna do it? They're trying to cut us out, Tiffany.
Yeah,
You
Right. Like
always
I'm
yeah.
cut
like,
everything out.
who
You just
gonna do
cut
the
everything
writing?
out.
Look, we definitely
Then
got to
that's
do
why
one,
we'll
bro.
go
Cause
off without them, then, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
y'all can
That's how y'all met.
y'all
Y'all
write
was
the
already
script
doing it.
for us, and then we
Right.
and we'll do
Girl, you know
everything
we give you
else.
some.
But no,
Well, we
I definitely appreciate y'all. Real talk, know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was definitely a good collab. I ain't gonna lie. So
yes.
go ahead, Tiffany.
Thank you for having us on your show and everything. I wanted to know where do like can you plug all your socials and everything because I want everybody
Oh,
to
yes,
you and bug you as well.
absolutely. So we
Yes.
can be found on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, Melanin Mysteries Podcast. We have merch available on melaninmysteries.com. We offer ad space to small Black businesses because we love to promote us because that's what we're here for. And if you love true crime and you're not hip to the BTCC is the Black True Crime Collective, which comprises Melanin Mysteries, Melanin Mayhem, and Not My Brother's Keeper. And we do have a live show coming up October 18th in Atlanta, Georgia. So tap in on any of our pages and you can get the details there. And we would love to see you there.
Oh my god, heck yeah. I love Not My Brother Keeper. Oh my gosh, he's so amazing too.
Yes,
That's
that's my
what's up.
That's
boy
that's
King Arthur.
that's a big time. Man.
And if any of you guys want to follow our information, you can always follow us on Instagram, Hot Garbage Show, Facebook, Hot Garbage True Crime, TikTok, Hot Garbage True Crime, Patreon for $5 a month to get extra content at patreon.com/Hot Garbage True Crime. Or if you would like to send us your critiques, or as you see, articles, this one is not one of them, but we're trying to change the platform over to being that way. Send that article over to hotgarbagenews@gmail.com. If you like to just sim for crime, go ahead and send that to Cash App, $Hot Garbage True Crime, the number one. And as always, we love you guys. Take care and watch your back out there.
Peace. Okay, stop recording. Now we're about to record again. Now we're about to do Love Lies and Alibis because we're dropping that on we're dropping that on Wednesday. That's gonna be a segment all in itself.
Oh,
So, all right, we hope that everybody enjoyed this episode of Melanin Mysteries and the Hot Garbage collab. So we know this was a long episode and we appreciate you all for sticking around. So we know we didn't do Love Lies and Alibis just because the episode was so long. We're going to go ahead and drop that episode on Wednesday, just to Love Lies and Alibis. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday to get that tea and answers to the questions. So just remember, like we said, Crime Cocktails and Canvases is October the 18th in Atlanta, Georgia. The tickets are still available. What are you waiting on? And what else? Let's see. Make sure you hit up the website, melaninmysteries.com. If you would like to support us, you are able to leave us a tip over there. You are able to buy merch over there. And you can also sign up for AdSpace because just like you, we're a small business and we want to grow together. So let's do this. And always remember that love should not come with a life sentence. So make sure you choose freedom and not felonies. We'll catch you next time.